It is 3:30 in the afternoon. The alley is quiet. Most people are resting after lunch, but inside one small kitchen in Hội An's old quarter, something is already cooking. The smell comes first. Pork liver, warm spices, something deep and rich moving through the walls and into the street. This is not dinner. This is tomorrow's breakfast. And this is where the day begins, not at sunrise, not at the cart, not on Chandra Fu Street. Here, in a kitchen no customer will ever see, 16 hours before the last bánh mì is sold. At 3:30 in the morning, the old quarter is dark and still. She is already awake. She washes her face, puts on her apron, and walks 2 streets to the bakery. The bread comes out of the oven overnight. She collects the loaves in cloth bags, warm, light, the crust still crisp. She carries them back carefully. She knows she has about 2 hours. After that, the crust begins to soften. A soft bánh mì is still bread, but it is not her bánh mì. By 4:45, she is on her corner on Chandra Fu Street. The street is almost empty. A few motorbikes pass. A dog crosses the road. She unpacks the cart in the dark, not because she can see everything clearly, but because she does not need to. Pâté on the left, cold cuts beside it, butter, pickled vegetables, chili, cilantro, always in the same order. She does not think about the arrangement. Her hands already know it. At exactly 5 a.m., the first customers arrive. A construction worker, a woman heading to the market, a motorbike driver who stops without cutting the engine. She is already moving. Pâté first, cold cuts, a thin layer of butter, pickled vegetables, fresh chili, cilantro on top, wrapped and handed over in under a minute. She does not hurry. She does not slow down. She just moves. By 6:15, there are 8 or 9 people standing around the cart at once. She does not write orders. There is no line, no number, no one calling names. She tracks who came first by where each person is standing, face, position, distance from the cart. She makes each sandwich in that order. Nobody tells her to do this. Nobody asks. The system is invisible, and it works. Most people who buy from her think about the bread, the pâté, maybe the chili. They do not think about the pickled vegetables. But she does. The dough chua, daikon, and carrot is made every evening hours before the first customer even wakes up. The ratio of vinegar to sugar to salt lives in her head, adjusted slowly across 20 years of mornings. Too much vinegar and the bread goes wet before the customer finishes eating. Too little and the sandwich tastes flat. Not bad enough to complain about, just not right. Most customers would not be able to say what was wrong. They would just feel that something was missing. And then there is the bread count. Every morning, she says she can feel roughly how many loaves the day will need. Fewer on a quiet weekday, more when the market runs nearby, more again during Tet Week. She cannot explain how she knows. She just knows. None of it happens alone. The bread depends on a baker she rarely sees, working through the night in an oven 2 streets away. The pickled vegetables depend on last evening, on a jar she started before she knew exactly how this morning would go. Her cart depends on all of it arriving in time, in the right amount, in the right condition, bread, pâté, dough chua, each one made by someone, somewhere, before her day even begins. She is not the only link in the chain. She is just the one standing at the end of it, where the customer can see her. There is a clock she cannot stop. The bread leaves the bakery oven, and from that moment she has roughly 2 hours. 2 hours before the crust softens. 2 hours before the sandwich is no longer what it should be. This is why she is on her corner at 4:45 in the morning. Not because she wants to be, because the bread decides. And the bread does not wait. There is another pressure, quieter but always present. She has no official permit for her corner. The space is informal. It has stayed hers for 20 years because she is always there, always early, always first. Presence is her only claim. If she arrives late one morning, she cannot be certain the corner is still hers, so she does not arrive late. And the window for all of it, The pâté cooked yesterday afternoon, the bread collected at 3:30 a.m., the cart set up in darkness is roughly 90 minutes of selling. That is the whole return on 16 hours of work. At 5:10, a man arrives. He comes most weekday mornings. He says his order as he walks up. She has already started making it before he finishes speaking. He pays the exact amount. No waiting for the price, no change needed. They do not know each other's names. Neither of them has ever counted how many mornings this makes. At 7:28 a.m., the last loaf is sold. She wraps the remaining fillings. She tucks the cloth bags into the cart. Then she wipes the surface, left to right twice. The motion is automatic. She does not think about it. Around her, the street is getting louder. Motorbikes everywhere now. A vendor across the road is still setting up his cart. Tourists are beginning to appear with cameras. The old quarter is waking up. Near the empty cart, a foreign tourist stops. He looks at the bare surface, the folded cloth, the nothing that is left. He asks her, slowly in English, when she will come back. She understands. She tells him clearly. Tomorrow, same place, 5 o'clock. He nods. He takes a photo of the empty cart. She folds the cloth and places it into the cart. She does not look tired. She does not look satisfied. She just looks like someone who has finished. The day took 16 hours. The part anyone saw took 90 minutes. She turns the corner off Chanderfu Street, pushing the cart home with both hands. The loaves are gone. The fillings are wrapped and cold. The corner she just left is already empty. No cloth, no smell, no trace. A tourist walks past that spot without stopping. There is nothing to see. If the work that made your breakfast started the afternoon before, would you have looked at the cart any differently? Maybe you never asked how far back a good breakfast reaches.